really awkward. Hello. Oh my god. Uh, Hello. uh, hmm, hmm. This is horrible. Horrible. Artist based in Southern California. Kiki. I, you know, it's mm-mm. Hello. Welcome to my first YouTube video. My name's Roxy. I'm an artist based in Southern California. I just wanted to start this channel by sharing with you guys the process of a project that I was a part of for my city, which was the painting of electrical boxes in town. It's been a little while since I've completed the project, but I have footage compiled. I was unsure of whether I was going to post any of this footage or just keep it for myself, but this year I've really wanted to kind of push myself to do things, this project included, but posting my work online and having my work reach more audiences. So first thing I did was apply. I filled out the application and I sent in a mock-up of what I plan to do for the box. I have to choose from a list of themes that they provide for me. They're all very intentional, specifically chosen by the Public Art Commission to assign to certain boxes in town, representing all the things that our town has to offer and just, the community and the people living here. So I chose a theme. I chose flora and fauna, so I focused on researching the animals and plant life that are native to this area. We also have a park that conserves a lot of this wildlife and plant life, and you can take hikes there. There's a lake and you can rent a boat and have picnics. I checked out a book in the library. I also bought certain books to reference because, like on Pinterest or Instagram and any other social media platform, when I look for references, I think it's too much information and I can't get my thoughts out. So I wanted to look in physical media, like in books and magazines. So I went ahead and looked through those. I also made some sketches. One of the animals I was going to draw was a red-tailed hawk, and it appeared in my yard, and that was really cool to see. I got to see it up close. Once I had all my references and my sketches done, and then I started on the mock-up, I submitted it with my application along with a description of what I chose to do and why, and a little bit about me. I wait for the committee to vote on the applicants and choose the finalists, and I was one of them. So once I got the okay from the city, I went to pick up the supplies from them first. So they provided me with primer and an A-frame sign that I could put out while I'm working, and reflective volunteer jackets. So picked up those, and then I went to pick up the paint. Following my design palette, I purposefully made a design that was going to be easy for me to replicate in person on a larger scale because I've never done mural work before. So I kept the design simple and I kept the palette limited so that if I did need more colors, I could mix the few that I decide to pick up. I got my paint and then went to location, washed the box, primed it, and got to work. After verifying the location with City Hall, we went to get it ready for paint. So first we had to wash the box, and it was actually not that dirty than I thought it was, but we still gave it a scrub down with some water and a cloth. I also taped down any handles, keyholes, or any bolts, anything that the electricians would need access to. We also taped down some paper at the base of the box so that if any paint fell down, it wouldn't get on the sidewalk. I also sanded the surface to make it smooth for the paint, but I didn't really need to do this. Now that the box was all clean, sanded down, it was ready to apply the primer that the city provided for us. Since the background color of my design was very light, almost white, I only needed to apply one coat of the primer. Once the whole box was primed, we started pouring out the paint that was going to be my background color. So, just got done with day one, washed the box, primer, and then applied the background paint. With the background color done, it's looking ready to start detailing soon. Referencing my design on my iPad, I sketched it out onto the box using white chalk. Initially, I just wanted to start painting over the chalk marks that I made, but I really couldn't see it because the background color was so light, so I inevitably had to trace over it with pencil anyway. Here I'm showing that I decided to sketch in chalk first, so that if I mess up or I need to tweak the sketch, I could just wipe it off easily before I commit to the pencil. Here's where I realized that I wouldn't be able to see much of it if I didn't go over it in pencil. I think sketching was the most draining part of this whole process, but I pushed myself to draw as much of the design as possible before I started painting anything. Then once the sketch was done, it was finally time to get some color onto there. Outlining with the black Posca marker was really satisfying and really elevated the painting, but I didn't research before using them, and I didn't realize that they're not the best choice for mural work because they're water-based acrylic and will reactivate with water if it's not fully dry. And in the days that followed, some pretty heavy rain fell. I literally shot out of bed one night and the thought came into my head, and I got paranoid and actually drove out there at almost midnight to check on it. But nothing had run and it looked fine. When I looked more into it, as long as I seal the mural with an outdoor varnish, it'll be okay, but I'll probably skip out on them the next time. To go alongside the animals I chose, I designed vine-like borders for each side. I was inspired by these botanical manuscript type of borders and tried to replicate it using plants that grow here, like the muscat grapes, which you see me drawing. The whole reason I even thought of dreaming of doing a project like this was a YouTube video I saw 2 years ago by the artist Katie Mai. I'm a big fan of her work, and when I saw her video, I was really inspired to try and do one for my city too, and the opportunity finally came true. I also got to thank my sister for finding the application for us. I've got lots of artists that I enjoy, but a big inspiration for me for this project in particular was Warde or Nepenthe. I'm so in love with their art style and how much they love and understand nature and wildlife, and it really shows in their work. Another artist I was inspired for this project was Birkbushka or Junyi. I especially like her animal infographic spreads. She packs so much detail in such fine lines and lots of fun colors. Uglysquirrel has really fun shapes and colors, making for really dynamic, simplified designs that I was also inspired by. Becca Dwyer is an artist from San Diego that I came across when researching how to paint a utility box. She's an experienced muralist and she has very helpful videos for beginners like me who don't know what supplies I'll need or how to prepare the box or what I need to protect it. I've since posted a TikTok of my own box and she's seen it. I was really happy about that. By this point, I wasn't really filming as much of my process because being out there was starting to get a little overwhelming with all the cars and people walking by. So in these clips, I already have the mountain lion and the coyote done. I didn't film it, unfortunately. showing the anti-graffiti varnish that's supposed to go on the box to seal the artwork, but I bought the wrong kind. I bought this one that's supposed to be used with this paint sprayer, so it's more watered down. You'll see how it just drips down when I try to roll it on, so I opted for a brush, which was a little better, but I looked it up and it should be okay, but definitely going to research a little better for next time. And it's done! It looks even better than I could have ever imagined, and it was such a fun experience. I'm super happy I got to do this, and I'm proud of myself for taking the chance and for pushing through to get it done. I get to see it every time I drive by, and I love to look over and imagine other people doing the same as me as they drive or walk by it. I hope people like it as much as I do, and I hope you do too watching this. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed that, please like. It was really fun and rewarding to be a part of that project, and it's really exciting to be able to drive around town and see it, and I hope that I can be part of more projects like this in the future. I hope that you like this video, and I hope that you liked my work and me enough to follow along this journey with me. I'll post in the description links to find all my other social media and portfolio. And yeah, thanks. Bye.